From debbiesdesigndiary.com, this is Serial DIY, one house repurposed, week by week. In this episode, I make over a Craigslist picnic table to look like old boatwood, and I tell the story of how I started my retail store in Solana Beach. The story of how I got my store and how it took 4 years to get it. One of the reasons why I didn't give up was because of this old boat that I found at a garage sale for $100. This year my store has been open for 20 years. 20 years. Seems like 100 years sometimes. 20 years ago I was 32 years old 20 years ago. I always wanted my store to be in an old house. I was driving down Cedros Avenue one day and I saw this old house, and it was just how I pictured it in my mind. It was a 1920s cottage and it was a car dealership. And I slammed on the brakes and I looked at the house and I just knew it. People talk about love at first sight and how they know that their spouse was the one. Well, I've never known that feeling, but I did know that this building was meant to be my store. As soon as I saw it, I was on a mission to rent the building. You're probably wondering why I'm holding this. It has to do with the story. I will tell you more of that story, but right now, I'm gonna show you how to paint a picnic table to look like the old rowboats from Nova Scotia. See them right here, right here, right here. They're fake. See on the side, you can see that it doesn't go all the way down. We used the router because we wanted it to look like a bunch of plank pieces of boards that you can see how it originally was just 3 long boards. But from this angle, it looks pretty authentic, I think. Bobby and I marked the table where we wanted to place the grooves. Then we used a small router and a board to cut the table and give the illusion of a salvaged plank top. You could also do this with a handsaw. It would just take more time. Then we used a belt sander to remove all of the latex paint because there was beautiful dark wood underneath.
I think when you're younger, you have more faith, and then as you get older, you get more jaded and you get more skeptical. When I was in my 20s, I believed hard. I was looking for signs. I wanted to believe in big dreams. Every Saturday morning, I would get up and I would go to garage sales. Said a prayer and I asked for the boat before I ever went to the yard sale because that's what I do. I'll give God my shopping list. And just a few blocks away from where I lived was a yard sale, and I pulled up and there it was. It was a boat. It was an old rowboat, just like how I had pictured. And I asked the guy, how much is the boat? And he tells me $100. I put the rowboat in the back of my truck and I drove it home and I put it in my garage, and the boat sat in my garage for 3.5 years. Really good chippy, layer upon layer, color upon color, like you see in Nova Scotia. That was why I wanted the boat. At that time, all I'd ever used was the mistake paint from Home Depot. Latex paint doesn't do that. Right now there's sawdust everywhere. There's dirt on the deck. There's extension cords all tangled up together. There's paint cans. You take the pretty pictures, but nobody ever sees the messy parts behind it. The whole house has this fine little gritty layer of paint dust.
Because DIY paint is clay-based, it's ideal for creating a layered chippy finish. Let the paint thicken by pouring it onto plates. As it begins to dry, it takes on the properties of clay. When your paint starts to look like a paste, use a rubber spatula or a putty knife to spread on several layers in a random pattern. Because the picnic table was made out of beautiful dark wood, I left several areas uncovered by paint, experimenting with the layers and creating different variations for each plank. I have a big tub full of all my old photographs. I've just gone through every photograph that I own, trying to get old pictures from the store, things from 20 years ago that would jog my memory about this story, because there's a lot to it. Right after I found the old boat, I was sitting at a red light a few blocks away from the blue house, and I look over and I see an ex-boyfriend from 10 years before. This guy was not necessarily someone that I wanted to reconnect with again, but I hadn't seen him in over a decade. He saw me, I saw him, we got caught up. He asked me why I was in Solana Beach. I told him I had moved there because I was interested in renting this blue house on Cedros. It so happened that his best friend owned property on Cedros and had part of his shop for rent. If you're interested in renting his space, I can introduce you to him. The space was only 100 square feet. Immediately I said yes, because I wanted to get my foot in the door. I figured if I was already renting a space on Cedros, then when the blue house became available, I would be one of the first ones to hear about it. So you're gonna need the sander, you're gonna need a water bottle, and a putty knife. The putty knife will chip away at all the layers you created. You want to just lightly mist it. It will reactivate the paint. The power sander is good for just pulling off big areas of paint, because I wanted to reveal a lot of the good dark wood, and I wanted the contrast.
I used a putty knife to chip up and reveal some of the layers and colors underneath, and I lightly misted the paint to reactivate it to make the chippy process easier. I used the paint I pulled up from the putty knife and smushed it back into the finish randomly. This creates more texture and helps to blend the color transitions. Then I use my power sander to define the edges of the planks and to take off more paint in some areas to reveal the dark wood underneath.
We moved into this tiny little 100 square foot space. I tried to fit the boat into the space, but it wouldn't even fit through the door. I was trying to make my dreams come true in this 10 by 10 space. The landlord takes one look at it. He looks at all of our hard work and he goes, "I don't like it." He had a nickname. They named him the Grouch. I just told myself, I'm not gonna be here long. This is just a temporary spot while I was waiting for the blue house. And I would drive by the blue house. I would just keep my eyes peeled on it, just waiting. The rumor on the street was that the car dealership was going. So I found out who the landlord was, and I call him up and I say, "Hey, I'm interested in renting the blue house." And he tells me there's at least 50 people who have called him, and that I'm number 50 on the list, and he's not sure what he wants to do with it. He might make it his office. Everybody just kept waiting to find out what the guy was going to do with the blue house. The car dealership moved out. The house was vacant. Nothing happened. Nothing. It just sat there, week after week, month after month, year after year, for 3.5 years. Everybody wanted to know, why won't the guy rent it? I only got to talk to the guy one time, that first time, when he said, "I don't know what I'm gonna do with it." So I called him every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks I would leave a friendly voicemail. Inside I was screaming and I was frustrated. I didn't let any of that come through the voice messages I left for this guy. I left hundreds of friendly voicemails, and the blue house just sat there, vacant.
Hi, this is Debbie calling again about the blue house on Cedros.
It's big top right there. Can you see it? You just put it on with a brush. Look, there's only this much left because I used it all for the table.
Big Top is water-based, low VOC, and has a satin finish. Apply with a brush and it will protect the surface and bring all the muted, sanded down color back to life. It dries quickly, so use a thick coat in a shaded area to create an even finish. Big
top is technically not an outdoor finish, but because my deck is protected, I used it for this project. If you're painting furniture that it's going to be exposed to a lot of weather, you may want to get a product made specifically for outdoors. Stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to tell you part 2 of this story and show you how I made this planter from a styrofoam pumpkin. Next week, I'm going to show you how to take this. This is a foam pumpkin that you can get at the craft store. I'm going to show you how I turned it into that planter right here. I don't know if you can you see it? No. There it is. Can you see it right back there? I hollowed it out and I put some stuff inside so that it has good drainage. It fits around the umbrella. So if you want to know how to do that, subscribe, because I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video, and I'm going to tell you part 2 to this story, because this story is a continuing saga. If you want to find out more about DIY paint, click the links below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Find DIY paint in your area, to sell DIY paint in your store, or to visit my retail store in Solana Beach. Click the links below. Thanks for watching.